Hey guys, Fragdu here, and today I show you around Vasily, Dirty Bomb's foremost sniper character. To avoid the information in this video becoming outdated, I haven't used exact numbers when referencing damage or fire rates, etc. This is so that while the game continues to be patched, the information in here still remains relevant. So Vasily, he has 100 HP and 420 speed. I've left those stats in there because they're unlikely to change in future versions of the game. With his health, he's matched with Phoenix, and he has exactly half of Rhino's health. His speed is matched with Fletcher, and he's faster than 10 other mercs available in the game, making him a viable option if you want to play a speedy character. Moving along now to the main weapons for Vasily. The first of which is the FEL9, or aka the Felix. It's the most damaging yet the slowest firing weapon you'll find for Vasily. Let's quickly jump in and have a look at how it fires. Not a bad weapon, however the difference in its damage versus the speed of the next gun arguably makes the MOA SNPR1, aka the Moa, a better choice. It maintains high damage while being slightly less than the Felix, however the firing rate is a noticeable amount higher than the first weapon, making it my personal favourite for Vasily. Let's jump in and take a look. So both of these weapons are instant kill on most classes if you get a headshot, and both of these weapons take 2 shots to the body to get a kill. So it makes sense to pick the MOA sniper rifle because it's going to get you there quicker. It's got a faster firing rate where the Felix has no real advantage to having that couple extra damage. Next up is the PDP-70, the last of our sniper rifles, and it is a semi-auto. So it's got a real big kick and it's by far the fastest firing rate. It's almost half as powerful on the downside though as the other options. Where fire rate can replace aim, this might be the best choice for players who aren't experienced with the game or FPSs in general. Let's see how it fires. So as you can expect from a semi-automatic sniper rifle, it is very fast firing and probably the easier option between the Felix and the Moa as well. So jump in there with that gun if you're newer to the game. Moving on from the primary weapons now, let's go have a look at the secondary. The first of which is the MP400. MP standing for machine pistol. It's the higher damage option of the 2 machine pistols within Dirty Bomb, however slightly slower than option B. Let's see it in game. Next up would be the Tolan MP. This machine pistol, as mentioned, is the faster of the 2 machine pistols, however it's not as damaging as its brother the MP400. This is my favourite machine pistol and also looks a bit more interesting as well. So let's jump into game and check it out. So the last of our secondaries is the only pistol available to Vasily. It's the Schmutz and Wetzman. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce that, but I know a lot of people are calling it Smudge. It's really a Dirty Harry option for players wanting to pack a punch where accuracy allows it. So many people poo-poo any loadouts that don't have machine pistols. However, I love using the pistol with Vasily. So as you can see, it's very fast firing, but it also really does pack a punch. So I like to use this best when you've used the Felix and the Moa and you've got a hit on someone but you weren't able to get a headshot. They're pushing you now and you switch to your secondary. With the MP400 and the Tolan MP, you do still have to land quite a few shots on them, but with the pistol you can simply give them 1 or 2 cracks and you're rewarded with the kill. So the last of our weapons now would of course be the melee weapons. So I'll just run through these quickly because there's not too many differentiating factors between these except for the cricket bat's got a bit more reach. So first the cricket bat. Next up the Beckhill combat knife. And lastly, the Stilnoto Stiletto. So for no other reason other than its comical value, I'd say the cricket bat would be my favourite melee. Moving along now to Vasili's skill, Heartbeat Sensor. This allows you to throw a small beacon. Keep in mind that it cannot be reclaimed early like some other deployables in other classes, but it can be destroyed by the enemy. Now while active, the sensor will periodically give an indication on the HUD of the enemy's location, which follows them briefly for a couple of seconds. And this shows through walls. Let's take a look at it in game. So as you can see here, as you throw it, you do begin to see the player through the walls, represented by the red dot. Now, throwing it in an open location like that does make it very easy for it to be spotted and destroyed by the enemy, so hiding it is essential. Let's now move along to which augments are available for Vasili's cards. First up, we've got Bomb Squad, which adds a more vivid highlight to enemy proxy mines and deployed explosives. Quick Slash, which increases the melee attack speed. Untrackable, turrets, mines and other automated defenses react a fair amount slower to your presence. Looter, killing an enemy who is a medic or ammo giver will drop a pack respective to their class. Unshakable, reduces damage taken from explosives. Spotter, increases the detection radius of heartbeat sensor. Guardian Angel, receive an audio warning whenever enemy airstrikes are incoming to your position and reduces damage. Spares, increases the number of magazines that can be carried, at this time it's by 1. Focus, reduces flinching when hit while iron sighting or scoped. Tough, reduces the delay until health regen starts. And lastly, Big Ears, enemy footsteps and other appropriate noises are a fair amount louder. So now that we've covered the stats and the items, etc., let's get into more so how to use Vasili. Now, he's a sniper and it's not a big shock that his ability to be lethal at longer range is the advantage here, but standing back and putting shots in isn't always enough. Because you're further back from the fight than most other players, you should use this to your advantage. Read the battlefield and figure out where your team might need you the most. So if the bomb's going to get planted because you know that they're pushing the left hand side, why not fall back and help defend against this? Another thing you can do to lift your Vasili game is move around. A lot of snipers find a really good spot and get a little bit in love with it and fail to move on. Thus the enemy just locks you down time and time again, half the time you die on the way to that lovely spot that you found. So shake it up, keep it moving, and the enemy will have a harder time keeping an eye on exactly where you are. So here's an example of a trap that a lot of players fall into. You've just played an amazing round, you were the man last game, and you go into the next game, you're doing everything right, you're holding the ground in the right position, your crosshair placement's not too bad, but you just don't seem to be able to land any of your shots and you get shut down quite a bit. So remember that Vasili is a killer. His skill does allow you to know what the team's doing, however predominantly you want to get in and you want to be dropping people. If it's not happening, it might be time to move on. In this game I played, I was able to get a couple of good shots, however overall I really wasn't having a great game as Vasili. I noticed that when they were pushing, we weren't able to really hold them in places that you'd expect to at least have them held for a couple of minutes to run that timer down. And this is where usually I'd swap out for something a bit more useful, like a medic or maybe a heavy hitter to, bang some nades around a corner or something like that. So while you're playing great with Vasili, you'll get all the praise. People will be like, oh wow, Headshot City, wow this guy's amazing, is he hacking, etc. But the second you stop hitting those shots, people are going to hate you. That is the risk you run with playing Vasili. Unlike other classes that aren't so kill based, if you're not landing shots and getting kills with Vasili, you're basically a null and void member of the team. A Skyhammer dropping ammo packs in your own spawn is probably a little bit more beneficial for the team at this point. So as you can see, our team keeps getting pushed and there's nothing that we can seem to do to prevent this. I get a couple of shots here and there, but ultimately it's not really making a difference in the game. And we do go on to lose. So in summary, hide your motion sensors. That's a big one. Don't forget to move around while you're firing, and always try to be in the best position. Don't get caught off guard. In general, keeping your crosshair at head height is a good idea, and also staying close to something that you can use as cover. So I'm able to pick up 2 frags from below half health here because I'm fighting on my terms, something that you should always try to do as Vasily. As soon as you're not fighting on your terms, you've lost the advantage. I peek the corner there when I know my gun is A, ready to shoot, and B, my crosshair is at a relative height to be able to adjust. And also remember, just because you're a sniper doesn't mean that you can't be objective. Doing little things on the side to help your team out will make you a more valuable player. I love how Phoenix gets up here and just gets absolutely smashed when I try to skull the other player. And this video wouldn't be complete, of course, if I didn't say practice makes perfect. It is lame, but it's true. The more you play this character, obviously the muscle memory is going to build up for your shots and you're going to have more fun with it. I hit 80 subscribers too, which is really great. If you're new to my channel and you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe. Likes are lovely, and please comment below which character you'd like to see next. The most voted for will be the next up. Happy fragging!